Hey everybody, this is Jeremy J, and today's video is the answer to a question. How do you know if you're making progress? Like you're living your life, you're going about your life day in and day out. How do you know you're making progress? How do you know you're doing more, becoming more, or have made any kind of progress that takes you from where you were to where you are now to a stronger version of yourself? And this is something that is extremely fascinating to me. And so I think I have a few things that I can offer you as you look at your life. You're someone that wants to become a stronger version of yourself. I'm sweating. I just got done. So I'm going to sidetrack real quick. I just got back from the gym, did a workout with my trainer, and played a bunch of basketball. And so I'm wearing the same stuff that I wore at the gym. Oh, yeah. All right. So how do you know if you're making progress? Well, one really good way to do this is to write in a journal. And I know that may sound nerdy, it may sound like a waste of time, but writing in a journal is one of the most amazing things you can do for yourself, potentially for people that may read it once you pass on, but certainly for yourself as you are able to go back in your journal and look at what you wrote and reflect. And I do this, and I love my journal. I started my journal in March of 2014, and so it's been just over a year and 2 months, and I write pretty regularly. There isn't too often that I'll miss a moment or any event that happens in my life. I write about it, and I write very raw and real about what I'm thinking and feeling at the time. So with this journal, I can go back and read from a year ago. I can read some of the things I was writing. I can look at my tone of voice. I can look at the words I'm using and how I'm describing situations. I can look at what I'm focusing on and what's important to me. And then I can go read my journal now or take that and compare it to how I am now. And I can say, what have I learned? What situations in life are easier now that were really hard then? And that's a really good measure to know if you're making progress. Are there situations now that are much easier than they were in the past? And for me, the answer is absolutely yes. There were things that unraveled me in the past, and they're not completely 100% easy now, but they're much, much easier. They're much, much easier to handle and deal with. And how does that happen? How do you go from one person to a new person? Well, I think the way to do it is to desire to be that person and then do the work on yourself. Think of yourself like a sculptor, like you're sculpting this you and how you want to be. You've got to describe that person in your mind. This person is calm under pressure. This person weighs this amount, this weight, this many pounds, and is this body fat. This person creates these kinds of things. This person is confident. This person is detached from outcomes. And so to become that, to see if you're making progress, you just have to outline what you're trying to become. So you're specific. And I've done that for myself. One example I'll give for myself is I'm very much working on being detached from outcomes, meaning I may want something in my life, or I may want to spend time with a person in my life, but I'm not attached to if that situation happens. And so that's something I've worked on. And the way to work on that is to act in a way. You just start to act in a way as if you're already that person. And so what I started doing is putting myself out there, meeting people, some that I liked, and then I acted toward that person detached. Not that I ignored the person, but I acted detached. And even doing that, I found myself still struggling sometimes to do that. But the more you do it over and over, it's like this right here. It's like a muscle. You start to do it instinctually. You You start to do it as a habit. And then all of a sudden, it's no big deal if you, whatever it is you're trying to do, someone doesn't call you back ever again. Your business idea doesn't work. Whatever it is, you just are simply an observer that says, well, that's interesting that worked out that way, and you don't have all the answers. And you keep moving forward. And you write about it in a journal. And writing about these kinds of things in a journal for me has been paramount to understanding if I'm making progress in my life. I can go back and read how I reacted in situations, because I write about what I'm feeling and my emotions. Those are a big part of who I am, and I can go back and read that, and it's fascinating. And it just takes 5 to 10 minutes every day or every other day. It's not a lot of time to invest to write in a journal. And I put pictures in there and all sorts of fun things. So there you go. That's how you know you're making progress. 1, get a journal, look back in it and what you wrote, and write what you're feeling. And then 2, look at who you were and where you are now, and how you're reacting to situations. And you'll know you're making progress if certain situations don't uncenter you as much, or you're more skilled at life in general and the things that you want. I have my own set of things that I want physically, mentally, etc. And you probably have your own set of things that you want. And then you're your own best judge. You'll know if you're making progress or not. And you know what things there are to work on. Like for me, I have work to do on myself still. I'm 37 right now, and I have a ton of work to do on myself still. However, I do not degrade where I've come as well. Celebrate where you've come, how far you've come, and then also understand the work that is required still to get to where you want to go. And that's it. That's how you know if you're making progress. Just spend time on it like anything else. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next coaching video.